Hello, welcome to Stevie D's Models. The subject of this video is a build of this kit from Revell. I'm not show you the box, it's too big to go on screen. But it's this kit from Revell. It's the 1/32 scale P51-D 15AN Mustang late version. And I've built it in the version that were flown by Major Giller of the 343rd Fighter Squadron, 55th Fighter Group in the UK in 1944. So it's this here. So we'll have a look at that in a second. Next, I think the next one that I'm going to be building is this from Airfix. It's the 2023 Club Kit. It's a heavy box, this, to be fair. It's the Gloster Meteor FR9, and I've had a look at it, and we're going to be building it in the Ecuadorian colours, I think. Okay, so let's have a look at the how the model went, how it built up, and make a conclusion at the end. Okay, this project has stalled a little bit because 2 weeks ago I ordered some fabric seat belts from Hammond's to put on the seat, but because of the post office workers' strikes and it's the holiday season, don't know when they're going to arrive, so I have put the seatbelt transfers onto some aluminium foil, cut them out. Well, see if I can, and then put them in the seat instead. See how it goes. The aircraft is assembled. I didn't video on me gluing this all together. The parts were just too big and I needed to concentrate a fair bit as well.
There are a few places where I've had to put filler, like there. I've only like tack the undercarriage doors in because I need to paint and protect what's in there. Yeah, the flaps being down, they were a bit slightly fiddly, but they're in. We'll have to see what they'll look like after painting. It's beginning to get ready for primer. I've just masked up the canopy, and to be honest, this has been the easiest masking I've ever had to do with Tamiya tape, because the lines are very pronounced, but maybe it's because of the larger scale, but the parts that go inside the canopy are just I've painted them and they're drying. And then it's on to building all the ancillary stuff, the undercarriage and whatever, and then I can do all the painting all at once. But it's moving on. I'm quite enjoying it. The seatbelts don't look too bad. They look 2D, but at least they're in there. And unfortunately, the ones I ordered have now arrived. Well, I've got another of these kits, so they'll be used with that. Alright, so moving on. Okay, the invasion stripes are done. I measured out Tamiya tape and taped them up. Did the black fit, well, I covered up the black, and then I sprayed the white, and the black's still covered up there at the tail, and I'm going to spray yellow next. So I sprayed the white on the tail for the yellow, but I need to mask up the invasion stripes. Okay.
Okay, so all the painting's done and I've started doing the transfers. As you can see, they're going on pretty well. I've just got underneath the aircraft to do now, because I don't like videoing the transfers. So what I'm going to do, if you can just see around here, what I do is, there is just one large stencil, one transfer to go on here, which is the star and bar here at this end of the aircraft here, which I'm going to do now. If you look here, all the stencils, I've cut them all out according to the instructions, laid them out. So when I do them, I'm going to wait until the big star and bar is dry, so I don't want to catch it and mark it and rip it or anything. So I cut them all out and do them in order, and then put them on the aircraft in that order using the instructions. So I've got some water to one side that's warm. So get the transfer, put it in some tweezers, dunk it in the water for a minute. While that's soaking, I'm going to put some micro set where that transfer has to go to help it conform to the surface. Okay. So I'm just drying the transfer off on some tissue, getting any excess water. And it goes roughly there.
bit more forward. Going into the instructions. Okay, so put some more marker set on top of the transfer. And then get a cotton bud. And see why I don't like doing it on camera. The aircraft's just too big now to manhandle all the time. Okay, right, so as you can see, I'm just rolling out the transfer and getting any air bubbles out of it, because we don't want air bubbles underneath it. And also this will help it go into the panel lines a little bit. But what we're going to do is put some micro sol on it as well, which will make it conform. Okay, so I get some micro sol on it now. And this will really help it go into the detail on the plastic. Okay, so we leave that, we don't touch it. Once you put that stuff on, you don't want to be touching it, because it's going to start softening the transfer up. It lifts up, it goes back down again, it wrinkles up, but when it dries out, it'll look brilliant. So we'll leave it as it is for the time being, and we'll have a look at it in the morning. Alright, thanks, bye. Okay, it's had a second gloss coat, and I've started doing painting the panel lines with Tamiya panel liner, the black. I've already done most of the plain, but I've done this wing. I'm just clean some of this stuff off. Yeah, so what we're going to do, cotton bud, I've dipped it in some thinners, and we're going to just rub the excess off, leaving behind in the panel line what we want, so it's darkened. Yeah, also I like to rub it in the way the airflow would go. So we need to get all this excess off. We'll clean up. Take a good 5 minutes or so. And you can work the residue so like this wing is a bit grubby. Because they would get grubby, you know what I mean? They're not going, the aircraft ain't going to be constantly cleaning them every day. So, you know, like I've depicted this plane as it were, I think, during the time of the Falaise Gap, and it would have been flown constantly to attack the retreating German forces. So as you can see, that's now dirtying up, it needs cleaning up a bit, so I'll just get the cotton bud, other side, get some thinner on it. Okay, so there's the completed model. It's very nice build. If you fancy building one of these, they're not much money, I don't think. For what you get in the box, you get a lot of plastic in the box, and it's a very enjoyable build. I've painted it. Let's turn the turntable on.
Yeah, I painted it. Oh, that drop tank's just rolled off. Anyway, so I painted it in all Revell paints, and their recommended colours and their mixes, and mix them together. If you struggle with that, mixing Revell paints, I do it as brushfuls. If it says 60% of one colour and 40% of other, I get a pot, put some thinners in it, and then I get a six brushfuls of one colour and then 4 brushfuls of the other colour. Mix it up, and it's usually the right colour. But that's up to you. That's how I do it. Also, I've thrown them away now. Oh no! I list all the colours as well on a post-it note. Thought I'd thrown them away then. Where, as it says, K is 09, so it's just easier to find because Revell instructions use letters for colours that correspond to like that. M is 50% 12 and 50% 310. So that's how I made that colour. Anyway, but you know, that's how I did it. And then I glue it, sellotape it onto the edge of my bench where the paints are. Then I know what colour to grab quite quickly. So as I said, blast. You have to paint the invasion stripes. You don't get them as transfers. All the other, but it does give you in the instructions how wide to do the stripes. Yeah, and those were on the wings as well. And like I say, and also, oops, another one's just dropped off. And I've done a little bit of weathering with oil paint and panel liner, to me a panel liner. But other than that, oh yeah, it looks like I need to adjust the canopy. It's moved. Yeah, anyway, so I did order some fabric seatbelts for the cockpit, but with the postal strikes in Britain, they took it. I was way past that bit when they eventually arrived, so I have another Mustang in my stash, don't tell my wife, and I'll be using them in that. Anyway, I've done it as with rockets and bombs, as on the box art, and I made up the drop tanks and what have you, but you can't fit them. So the transfers went on really easy as well. Right, excellent transfers. What more can I say? Just I really enjoyed making this, and if you fancy giving it a go, I highly recommend it. Anyway, so that's it for this model. If you got this far, thanks very much for watching. If you like this video, please can I have a thumbs up and leave a comment. I always reply to any comments, even if it's just a smile against, you know, something nasty, because sometimes you do get nasty comments. But other than that, and if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. So this is Stevie D signing off for now. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.